everybody. Welcome to Wednesday with Wheezy. I hope you're having a great day. So, winter has been a little harsh this year and we're kind of closed in a little bit. And the winter holidays are coming. You want to let the person know that you're thinking about them, that you can't go see, or you have a loved one and you want to give them something that's kind of near and dear to your heart and you just want to show them that you love them. Well, I have a perfect little project for you, or if you're one of those grandmas that is helping with virtual schooling or you're snowed in with the kids during the day and you're looking for something to do, this is a good project for the kids too. Those little kids, they need dexterity for their hands because we're going to be using scissors. But we're also going to be using things that you can find around the house. So the star of the show is coffee filters. Now, even if you don't drink coffee, you can get a bunch of these for 99 cents probably at your store. And we're going to reuse over here. This is a lettuce container. Hydroponic or bib lettuce comes in these nice little deep bowls, which you're going to want. You're going to have to use a bowl to put food coloring. Told you, find things around the house, food coloring in to dye your paper. So you hear Ellie, garbage people are out in the streets collecting garbage today. So take your coffee filter and just dip it into a vat. So you can take like 5, 6 of these, separate them. And I'm going to tell you why you want to separate them, because if you don't separate them, not everyone gets the same amount of color. They may come out really light if you don't dip them. So just go ahead and dip it into the water. You can't see it, but I'm using a green. And if it wasn't full of liquid, I'd hold it up. But I have green and then I have orange here. So just go ahead, give them a little dip. Now I am going to say this part you're going to have to do the day before you. So you can still have fun with the kids. One day you pick out the coffee filters, get a couple bowls of color going, and then let them have at it, dipping them. And then let them sit for a couple hours. Now, if you hear some crackle, I do have plastic on my table because I've got some things drying. So when they're done, take them out and put them on some wax paper, or just take some of those plastic shopping bags if you have them, and use them as a drying mat to catch the liquid, to protect your surfaces. I really wished I had a towel right now, but I don't. Now, I do want to preface, I made a mistake. I read the directions in a magazine. It is where I got the idea. And we use cone style coffee filters. For this part of the project of what I'm going to show you, they don't work. But I will show you some of the things later on that I did make out of these. And, but anyways, you can see the colors that they came out. They still came out really pretty. But this is the end result of some of the things. So remember the snowflakes we used to make as kids in school back? I don't even know if they have art for kids anymore. But anyways, we used to make these and then we would decorate our classrooms for winter. I don't even know if they allow that anymore. But anyways, in the way you cut your filter, you can make stars or flowers like this. Or you can round, tip, and I'm going to show you all of that in just a minute. Or we have some of the shapes that we cut out can have little hearts that you end up with, those that you can also use as embellishments later on. So I am just going to use a white, or you could, you know what? You don't even have to do that. If you want to do the snowflake or you want things white and then dye them later, you can do that too. But anyways, take them. Things that you can dye with, you can use food color. You can, if you already have like watercolors in the house or something like that, you can, whatever you can get water to dye and it will color your paper, use it. If you want it to look just stained, coffee and tea work too. Just depends on what you want. Anyways, take your coffee filter when it's dry, and you're going to kind of lay it out flat. So I'm going to be working up and down. So take it and you're going to fold it in half. So it like comes into a semicircle, and then crease down. Maybe have a credit card. This is a bone folder, but maybe have a credit card or something stiff that you can crease your edges. Next, take this and fold it edge to edge again. So it forms this pie-shaped triangle. Now, when we were watching, or when I was reading the directions, they were kind of convoluted and I didn't understand. So this next part is very important to get, because they were talking about how to fold it, but they did not give a demonstration. There was no diagrams or anything like that. So if you are interested in written directions in this, I'm going to rewrite my own directions. And I will have those ready to send out next. By the end of the weekend, I'd have them ready. But anyway, so anyways, you have your thing here. Now you take your triangle and you fold one half of your triangle. Take that. Try to make sure that you get your point halved. That's a little tricky because it's so little up here. But anyways, it can be done, because if my fat fingers can do it, anybody's fat fingers can do it. Or I'm not saying you have fat fingers. I do, though. But take it and fold that in half. And this here, I would go ahead and take your edge again and smooth that down. Now, so here's your one half folded in. Now, turn it around and take the other half that was unfolded and fold that back in towards the center. Flip the other direction. So just go opposite. Flip it over and fold it back opposite of what you just did. Once again, smooth down your edges, because you want nice creases here. Now, with a pair of sharp scissors, I do have some diagrams if you wanted a pattern, but really this is so simple, and I like to give kids creativity. I don't want them to get stuck on patterns if you're going to do this with kids. But there's different things that you can cut into these. So like I said, first I'll show you how to do this flower. Find your little tip down here. Do not cut into that tip. Now let me see if I can get this so you can see. I am just going to go up here, and you can either cut a sharp edge or a rounded edge. I'm going to do rounded because I already have sharp, but just cut it in the shape of a leaf or a teardrop. So your bottom is going to look like that, but watch what you get with this paper. Just trying, it's skinny paper, so I have to grab all the edges. Well, it's not the most perfect flower, but I got a flower. Now I could take yellow paper if I wanted, or a brad or some kind of embellishment, stick it through the center and make a pretty flower. Or it can be a background of another flower. So here I have the white flower. I can take my green flower and put it on top and give it some dimension. So anyways, doesn't matter. There's never a mistake. It doesn't have to be perfect, because no matter if you do make a mistake, you can always cover it up with something else. In the stamping world, they always go, you never make a mistake. It's just another chance to embellish. So you see, Wheezy messed up because, and I know exactly why, because my triangle is not folded perfectly. I had an extra edge. Anyway, next, but you can then just take your scissors and cut in to the edges of the one fold. Just cut in, and then pull this up. Let's see, pull what you just cut, and then come up here. And this is where really sharp scissors help. Let's see, I still didn't get all the paper, but just snip the paper away. And then you can make circles. So just make a half a circle, a semicircle over here. You can also just take a paper punch. I tried it. I wasn't real thrilled with the results. But this is my little paper punch that has a small circle. And if you had something heavy duty, I would so do it. But you could just take it in here, find where it halves, so just a half a circle in order to make a whole circle. Hey, that worked good. So use a paper punch if you want. I also have, this is supposed to make holes for threading ribbon. So if you want, I don't know if you can see it, but there's just a little line taken out of there. But just do that on each side. I do like to round off the edges, so I go up to the top and I just cut around to make like a scallop shape. So I do like a part of a circle, and then I cut down into the, make a V, come back, round again into a V. Try to be careful to make sure that you, if you want them uniform, if they're not uniform, it's okay. It's handmade. There's never a mistake. But anyways, once you are done, this is what you get. Now this one does not have a lot of shapes to it, but I like it. You can use, now that it's Valentine's, you can do hearts. So this one, I have some hearts in it. See how pretty these come out when you dye them? Now, why is mine different colors? I put different, I thought I was like mixing paint colors together to get one color. No, the colors separate in the water. So if you want this was red and yellow that I put into the water. That's this bath right here. And so it soaks up the different colors. I put purple and blue because I wanted to strengthen the color of the blue on this filter. So I got this. And then I wanted to strengthen the green, so I put a little bit of yellow in there. And so then I get tie-dyed green. But as you see, I have different colors, and I hope they're showing up for you good, because I have a lot of light in here too. So anyways, these you can still use. These actually are heavier weight, but you can just take them and once again, just do your triangle. Do one or two, just depends on what you want to do. And then you cannot make the flowers out of these. I'm just going to tell you that right now. But if you had a punch, a decorative punch. But anyway, here's a butterfly I cut out with the paper punch. But you could just, you know, punch into it. Let's see, what do I have here? So once again, I could use my circle. This paper is much thicker. And anyways, I used this and this. And when when you open it up, it's kind of like that. Although I did it many ways. Oh, I have paper all over me. And that's it. You do want to keep something that you can keep the paper picked up. I made, he's not really pretty, but you get an idea, a butterfly. You can cut, you can go in here. Do you like dragonflies? Guess what? You can go in here and you can fold this again and fold and then flip it over, fold again. Try to keep your triangle shape. But just think of the shape of a dragonfly. It's a long, like a long petal, rounded. So I'm just going to cut in here like this and bring it down. And then when I unfold it, I have like two hearts, actually, is what it looks like. But you turn them on their sides like this. Let me get a piece of paper. Wish I had black pipe, but I'm just going to take a pipe cleaner and I'm going to put that on a card and then take a little bit of glue. These days at dollar store, you can go get Mod Podge for like $1. You can get a lot of these other supplies. Dollar store is a great crafting source, although you have to check back often because it has become very popular. So a lot of times I don't find much at mine. I have a sister who finds all sorts of cute things. So anyways, I'm taking my pipe cleaner and sticking it down onto the card. Probably hard to see because I'm using white on cream, but I can take my wings and lay them over the top of the pipe cleaner. Let's put a little more glue on there. Now, if you have an arty hand, you can draw the body. You can make curly, you can make it to a face. Yes, I said widow. You can make its widow face. And then these I think I got at Joann's, but you know what? 40% off coupons all the time. There in Hobby Lobby. Michael's has gotten down to their coupons are only 20% off. But you know, they run so many sales. But anyways, I'm gonna take that little bead. He's not perfect. If I had more time, I could perfect that. But anyways, it gives you an idea of what you can do with some of the other paper. So like I showed you the butterfly, and I also at Michael's, or you know, you can cut your own out. Very easy. Find a shape or something, but make some hearts. Use those as backgrounds. So, anyways, my finished product, and this I'm going to show you two ways. So bear with me because I'm going to. But anyways, I made a heart out of the one coffee, and then I stamped out a couple butterflies. And took, so another find you can do is this foam tape. You can get 3 rolls of this for $1 at the dollar store. This is usually in Ready Supply. So what I did is I just flat put my heart on the card flat, and then I just took a little bit of this tape, and I actually have 2 full-size butterflies here that I punched out, but put a piece of tape in between the two so it gives it like a little dimension. And then I have another tiny butterfly that I put on top, and then I just punched a hole in the center and put a brad in there to give it a little dimension. And I put a really tiny little pearl on there just to give it like to represent the head. Once again, with our flowers, you can put an embellishment in there and put it on there, onto the card. Or you know what? You can take it, make it really pretty, and you can frame it. For the other project, for the bigger doilies, you're going to want bigger cardstock. We're just going to take that and fold it in half. This will probably make like a 5x7 card. Just line up your edges and fold it down. Can't find my, there's my bone folder. Smooth down the edges, or like I said, you can buy pre-made cards. This one I think I'm going to do this way because I like this one has a little fancy edge. And then just take this and see what you get. See what you get. You could also put it on a big circle, cut out different elements of this and put it on the back of the card. It's your card, it's your imagination. And then you could embellish on top or fold it over. So it's like this with, take a little heart like so. Hearts and flowers. Just like that. Or embellish with some of your butterflies up there too. So you can take this is how I'm going to assemble the card, just to give you an idea. I'm going to go ahead. Yeah, I could just fold it over, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut along that half down the center of the length. But you're going to lose a half a heart or, whatever. Not really, because you weren't going to be seeing it anyway. So let's go ahead and we'll just put a couple of dots of glue. With the kids, like I said, the Mod Podge you can get for $1 at the dollar store. Just little, because if you don't craft all the time, it's not worth buying expensive stuff. So that's why this is a good thing, because you find things around the house. So now I'm going to take my heart. I wish you could take my heart. I have running tape, but again, just use your glue. And this kind of covers up, this is going to kind of cover up the edge that's left. And then I'm going to take my pretty green flower that we made out of the coffee filter, and I'm going to give it a dab of glue in the center and put it down here. So where I have hearts and flowers. So this is what it's looking like so far. Just pretty, pretty. Now I have this pink butterfly that I've made. This is where that glue tape is going to come in very handy. So you just take this and snip off a little piece of it. It's double-sided. Put it in the center of the butterfly body, just like that. And then take off your square, go to the center of this beautiful little flower. Maybe have it overlap a little bit. So I did it a little offset, but you could do it either way. But I kind of wanted it next to the heart too. But anyways, voila. Now, unless I lost them again, I had words here. Be mine. So take my glue and just put little dots of glue on the back to hold this down. So really, I mean, this is all in real time. This is all the time it took me to make this card. You can trim up those edges if you want. I kind of like it. I like it. It gives a little dimension that will fold back nicely in the envelope that you use. Now, back to my little card with this heart and butterfly. I have a little stamp that says love. Now, if you have nice handwriting, you can just handwrite on the card something like this. Or you can get another piece of construction paper and write. There's so many different fonts, on your computer. Type it out, find a cool font, type it out, and then just kind of back it with some other paper, print it out on paper, and then put it on. But I'm going to stamp mine. So I have these little things of ink pads you can get for $1 something at Michael's in the bins at the front of the store, like their dollar bin. Sometimes you can find it at Target too. You never know where you can find this stuff. But anyways, just going to take this and I'm going to stamp love down here. Again, a simple little Valentine to give to somebody that you love. Let them know that you're thinking about them. But I think that's it for today. And if you want those directions, and I'll give you the directions on how I assembled the coffee filters from start to finish, and directions on how I did the cards. So now I've just given myself yet another project to put together. But it's okay because you're all worth it. I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.